Okay. Hi, guys. In case we have anybody new here, I wanted to introduce myself. I am Rachel Anderson. I go by Ray or Ray Ray. Um, and I'm so happy you guys are here. So Ashley is going to be speaking with us today. I'm really excited to hear what she has to say. She has been literally rocking it in all areas of her business for months now. She just recently earned 6 months director consistency, which is huge. Okay, it is huge. So I am super excited to hear from her. I hope you guys are. Before I pass the mic to her, I just wanted to talk a little bit about things that maybe you can focus on right now to help your business. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know, in case you haven't seen, there is a post on Dare to Dream, and there's a news article, but I just want to make sure everybody is aware. Christmas cutoff for the United States is December 16th. What that means is all orders placed on Scentssy's website by the 16th or on the 16th, Scentsy guarantees to leave their warehouse. But this is what I want you to think about, okay? Just because Scentsy guarantees it to leave their warehouse in time to get to you or your customer doesn't mean that there won't be delays with FedEx or USPS, or not USPS, UPS, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay? We don't have control over the people actually transporting our products, so just keep in mind that things do happen, okay? So for me, even though the cutoff with Scentsy is the 16th, I personally am going to tell all of my customers that the last day that I will be placing orders to guarantee delivery for Christmas is the 10th, okay? That's just what I'm choosing to do. You can choose whatever you want to do, okay? And then if you need, the news article is has different dates for like Canada, Mexico, Guam, and like APO addresses as well, okay? So if you need that specific date, that is in the news tab article, and you can find that on your workstation, okay? So that is very important. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about Christmas bundles. Tell me in the chat. Let me pull up the chat real quick. See, y'all are in it, but I'm looking at participants right now. Okay, tell me in the chat, has anybody started offering Christmas bundles to their customers? Ooh. Oh, heck yes. Okay, Ashley said she already has them bagged, ready to go and wrapped. Okay, so there's a few ways that you can offer Christmas bundles, okay? What I have personally done in the past is what Ashley just said. So, Ashley, I'm assuming you already took products that you had on hand, bundled them already, and then just have them ready to go, and then you're offering them to your customers that way? Okay, so you can do that, okay? But just be careful with promoting it that way, okay? Because technically we're not allowed to sell stock, okay? So just be careful. Like, you can take pictures and email them to your customers, text your customers. Just be careful with social media if that's the way you're doing it. But what you can do, which is not out of compliance, is you can take pre-orders, okay? So you can literally go on Pinterest. I have pictures you can use. I'll share them in the group. I probably shared them last year and previous years. I'm pretty sure I have. I know Katie has. I'm sure Stacy and other people have as well. But you can take pictures that other consultants have done, and you can use that as an example and take pre-orders, okay? Basically, what a Christmas bundle is your customer pays for the product itself, and then you package it for free, okay? So the packaging and all the extras is free, okay? It's complimentary. So like, don't overthink it though. Like, you can literally go to Dollar Tree, get some candy canes. How many come in a box? Candy canes are huge. Like, candy canes this season, like, put some candy canes in. You can get a mug from the Dollar Tree. You can put a room spray in there, a scent circle in there, a car bar. Will a wax bar fit? I'm not sure if a wax bar will fit. But you can do a variety of things, okay? You can also do a higher price point if you want. You could do like mini fan pods. You could do, I don't know, pack of 3 bars, 2 bars, literally whatever you want, and then just package it up cute, okay? people want easy for the holiday season, and a lot of people are going to be scrambling. That's why it is so important that you offer Christmas bundles to your customers, okay? Number one, you're taking the hard part from your customer, and all they have to do is pay for it. You do the rest, you deliver it, you can even ship it to them. If you're shipping it to them, obviously they're going to pay for shipping, okay? But the products would come to you, you would package it, bundle it. I personally have not made any yet. I've already offered it to my customers. I just haven't bundled any, so I don't have anything to actually show you. But I will post pictures again from previous years that I've done, so you guys have an example. My dog is trying to break into my room. She's like, "Who are you talking to?" Okay, let's see. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is because Christmas cutoff is halfway through the month, this is normally what happens, okay? If you've never been with Cincy for a holiday season, sorry, y'all. I'm pregnant and being out of breath, even though I'm still early, is real. Christmas cutoff is the 16th. So what I want you guys to think about is normally for Cincy, okay, you, in order to have a good December, okay, you are going to want to hustle in the first 2 weeks, really the first week of the month, okay? So if you want to have a successful December or meet your goals, I highly suggest that you really like pedal to the metal it in the first week and then move on to the second week. But normally after the second week of the month for December, your sales are going to slow down because at that point, majority of people have already done their Christmas shopping. They are broke at this point. All of their money is gone. It's already been spent. And people are focused on getting whatever they've ordered in, wrapping it, and gifting it. Okay. So if you really want to hit your sales goal, focus on the first week. Okay. So front loading your calendar. If you do parties, I would suggest starting front loading. I would say this week, if not next week, for December, and get all of your parties into that first week, really, okay? One thing that I am doing, I wasn't going to talk on this, but I'll just do like a quick little snapshot. One thing that I am personally doing, they're called, I did not come up with this, another consultant that I met at our retreat in the fall. She's from a different group, but her name's Becky. And I'm not even sure if she created it. She's the one that told me about it. So they're called block parties. And it's literally the same exact thing as a regular Facebook party. The only difference is you have multiple hosts, okay? So you're literally doing multiple Facebook parties in one. And so that's saving you a lot of time, okay? So that's something you can try. Even though there's like, I do 4 to 6 hosts in one party group, but they each still have their own link, and I make that very, I guess, easy to follow. So like, and I pin it to the top, okay? Not to mention, I tell all of my hosts, like, hey, don't just rely on the Facebook party. Make sure you're texting. You can share it on social media. And so far, it's working out for me, okay? So that's a good way to get multiple parties in that first week for December, okay? And that's all that I have to say. Does anybody have any questions before I pass the mic to Ash? Oh, see, Ashley's doing similar block parties too. Okay. Yes, I call mine a scent event too. Actually, well, I go back and forth, but I just tell them that they're having a fragrance party. Okay. All right, let me find you, Ashley. Hold on.
Hello?
All right, hold on. Let me spotlight you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I pinned you, I think.
Can,
Looks like they
can you
updated.
hear me? Okay, cool.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I just grabbed really quick to show how I'm packaging a couple things so they're ready. So I just did a quick fragrance flower. So I just put a little fuzzy. It got messed up, so I just drove back from a vendor show. But it's just a simple fragrance flower with a ribbon on top. And
Cute.
then I did a mini fan in a pod. And then Dollar Tree mugs are where it's at. It's just a Dollar Tree mug. It has some peppermint candies and a Santa Reese's and a room spray and a sensor bowl. So I use my host rewards and I prep these ahead of time because I learned the hard way last year and I had customers ask at the last second and I did not have enough time to order and get them to them. And then I also ran out of mugs of the Dollar Tree. So that's just so you guys can see that they're easy. All right. So when I got asked to do this training, I have came up with like 95 different trainings in the last like 3 days. And I have crossed them all out and jumbled them and then started again and then did it again because I had all these things to say. So I just kind of turned it into like my top tip kind of training. That way I can kind of share a little bit about what I'm doing in each aspect of my business at once without going like too into detail. And then a couple tips on leadership as well for the leaders that are in the group. Um, so a couple things. My name is Ashley. It'll be 3 years in February since I joined, so it's pretty exciting. Um, Super pumped to just, I don't know, keep doing my journey, I guess. I joined to get counter clean for cheap. And then I said maybe I can like get some Starbucks and not like pay my own work money with Starbucks every day. And then that quickly turned into like my first paycheck was enough for my car payment. And I was like, whoa, like this is kind of crazy. And then here I am, like I quit my job on September 1st. So I do this full time now, and it is the most like unreal, insane like thing to know. Like 3 years ago, I told, oh, I'm not gonna get emotional. We're not doing it. Okay. From 3 years ago to tell yourself like you're gonna do something like this and then like to do it is nuts. All right, we're not doing that. Woo, okay. So moving on. So the first like tip, and this is like not just leadership, this is just for everybody, right? The first tips are be authentic, completely authentic. And that's like you as a person, you as a customer, you even as a leader, like anybody you talk to, just be authentic. For example, like simple stuff, like people that are copying and pasting all the Facebook posts, don't just copy and paste them. That's so tacky. Like change your wording so it sounds like you because your customers know. So say like, you had a lot of time this week, so you made your own post, everything's going great. But then the next week, you're really busy, so you took a bunch of the mock party posts and made them on your own. That's cool, but if you're not changing it and making it sound like you, your customers know you. They're going to tell you. You might have 400 customers, but they have one Scentsy consultant, and they are so going to see through all the BS that you pull them. So they're going to know like something's kind of off. For example, my customers know I hate bakery scents. I hate them. I despise them. They're disgusting. Like you will never be able to tell me anything different. So if I put a 6-pack of bakery up and I'm like, oh my God, this is the best bundle ever, 6 for $30, go buy it. They're not gonna even like blink twice because they're not gonna believe anything I'm saying. They're just literally gonna think I'm just posting to get a sale. However, I do kind of like this gingerbread cookie crunch scent, just a little, like a little bit. So I posted on my VIP page, and I also messaged one-on-one to my customers who I know like bakery to let them know like, hey, this new bakery scent came out. You know me, I hate bakery scents, but this one's kind of good. It's like a 5 out of 10 on Ashley's like bakery radar. And a good 6 or 7 people went and bought some, whether if it was just wax or it was a whole order of different stuff, but that particular bar was in their orders. And I fully believe it's because I'm 100% authentic with them and I straight up tell them what I like and what I don't like. I'm not going to go on there and say like I like all of the scents of the season. Absolutely not. Eggnog is disgusting. I will tell them that too because I'm not about to sit there and tell them it's great and then they're going to be like, this is awful, because when I offer them mystery bags and I'm like, trust me, that's what I say every time. They're like, I'll trust you. Give me number 4. I'm like, great. And they're going to get eggnog in their bag and they're going to hate me. And it's just, I'm not doing it. And no, I saw on my chat's up, no Ratatouille either. That was disgusting since he failed. No, we're not talking about it. So yeah, be authentic, and that transports to your team as well. If you're a leader, um, you're not always going to have a good day. Like if you're struggling in something, you're okay to share that with your team. If you can't message them back right away, if you need to take a step away, if you reschedule a training call, if you have to change your coaching call, if you don't want to follow up with every single person on your team that day, don't. Take time for you because your cup is going to run super, super dry. Katie Lassiter has taught me this. And you're not going to be able to pour back into people because you are literally going to drain yourself. Being a good leader doesn't mean you have to be there for your team 200,000% of the time. It means you be authentic to them. You are there when you can. And if you're building that relationship with your team as well and you're being authentic with them, they're going to understand. You should know your team more than just trying to recruit somebody and getting sales. You should know them as a person because that's what this whole Cincy journey is. It's about building relationships and family, being authentic. Um, so they should know too. Number 2 is building relationships. Again, know your customers. Um, if you know that Sarah just lost her job and she's super struggling and her kids' soccer practice is up and bills are due and Christmas is coming, and don't just message her for a refill on wax, or don't just message her and say, hey, the Star Wars collection's coming out. It's $100 warmer. Go buy it on Monday. Like, be totally just authentic again with yourself and with your customer. Message her, check on her. Hey, I was thinking about you. I was praying about you yesterday. I hope things are going okay. Um, and you'll know stuff like that because if you start building a relationship with them the second they become a customer, or even before, like during a conversation or a meeting and greeting, if you continue to water the relationship, you're going to continue to build these friendships with your customers. Like I have 2 of my best friends now because of a Scentsy bar, and it's kind of crazy. But it's because you build these relationships and they 100% tenfold come back to you. Because Sarah, who's struggling right now, might get a better paying job in 2 months. And if you're just over there not checking on her at all and just begging and begging and begging for sales, she's going to pull up her contact locator. And when she's ready to go reorder, she's going to just reorder with the next closest person to her. So treat them like gold so they come back to you. And then 3 is follow-ups. I am obsessed with follow-ups. I thrive on them. I believe like 95% of my business is because of a follow-up. There will not be a single person that makes an order for me that does not get a thank you. It used to be a text message when I didn't have enough money to buy all the fancy things, right? I couldn't wait to like do a cute postcard or something. I thought that was so cool, but you're not going to start your business by making cute postcards and sending them out. It's not feasible because you don't want to spend your family money on Scentsy. So I bought these. I still have a couple of them. These little freaking, it says you're the heart of my business. I bought these off of Shein, like 200 of them for like 90 cents or something crazy. And I wrote a thank you on the back of it, signed it with my pen, and I put it in an envelope with a little product sheet because catalogs are expensive and I don't mail them. Um, one envelope, and I sent it with like a felt sample or something. And then I messaged them. I don't post on my page and be like, hope everybody look at their samples I liked from last month and buy another 6-pack, go team. Like, no. I'll message, I'm like, hey, did you get my thank you mail? Blah, blah, blah. What did you think of Christmas Cottage? Blah, blah, blah. Or if your follow-up got an order, make sure that they got him, their order came okay. Like I had a customer the other day, I messaged her And I was actually late because I was sick, but I messaged her a couple days after I normally would and asked her about her delivery. And she actually had two broken bulbs in two of the three warmers she bought. Luckily, I had some bulbs on hand, so and she's local, so I was able to go over there and just I replaced them for her and stuff. But if you don't ask, especially if it's like a newer customer, you're not gonna know. They might not even know that you can replace them. They might not even know that you can reach out to consultant and customer support and get it taken care of. They might go to Walgreens or Walmart and buy another light bulb, and that's just not okay. So simple stuff like that. And then following up one-on-one, just with simple things like, hey, I just wanted to check in on you. Happy holidays. Or if you pay attention to like, I do a birthday post on my VIP page. So I always know when their birthdays are. I always message them happy birthday, and I'll message them like a week later and be like, hey, I hope you did anything fun for your birthday. What'd you do? Blah, 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 just over the weekend. Some of my customers I know have kids that do sports and stuff. So I'll reach out to them and I'll ask about, how John's baseball game went or how Parker's ballet recital went, just anything that can continue to build a relationship with them that's not strictly asking for a sale. It is okay to message a customer and be like, hey, I noticed you haven't ordered more Luna in 3 months, and I know you really like it. Like, just wanted to make sure everything okay. Did you need me to send you a refill? It's okay to do that every now and then, but that shouldn't be the only reason you're reaching out to them. That shouldn't be the only conversation that you're having with them. And then with my follow-ups is also when I book all my parties, or I talk about Sensei Club, or I talk about joining. Not all the time, but the way you ask questions and the way they respond to things, when you follow up, you should always end it with a question. So 9 times out of 10, they'll reply back. And then depending on what they say, is when I'll switch it. Like if it's like I had this girl yesterday. She is a guest in a party that I'm doing for this girl. She has never used Scentsy before, and because Scentsy shipping is crazy right now, she got her first order 2 days after she placed it. Went on the Facebook page, on the party page, shared all her stuff, made another order for the same stuff she ordered. And then today she made another $200 order. So this girl has spent over $500 in a week. And I messaged her and I said, excuse me. I said, you have a problem. I said, you either need to do your own party so I can give you back some free Scentsy for all this money you just spent. I said, or really think about joining, even if it's just to make money back on your own purchases. You would have gotten X amount of dollars back, etc. The worst they can do is say no. But what is the best they can do? Like this girl just spent $500 in a week. Like she could be my next freaking superstar consultant under me. Like, I don't know. And I'm not gonna know unless I ask. And she was like, no, not right now. I'm just trying to help Megan with her party, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Thanks. Well, I really, really appreciate it. And you will have thank you mail in the mail. And then make sure you get them like in your VIP groups and stuff, or if you have pages or however you like to communicate with your customers. Because somebody like that is somebody I definitely want to keep around. Because it might be a no now, but it's not always going to be a no. Eventually, she's going to do a party or she'll join. I'm determined. And then my VIP page. I am very, very big on interaction in my VIP page. I have a little over 700 people in my VIP page. I think it's like 750-ish now, something like that. Um, I post, if you go like to your VIP page and you go to, hold on, I'm about to tell you because I forgot what button it is. You go to your VIP pages. Okay. And you go to manage, and then you'll go down and it'll say see all insights, right? You can't see that probably. You can't. It'll tell you like your growth that you've had over the last 30 days. It'll show you your engagement. It'll show you if you've had members go up, but it also shows you what times of the day and what days of the week people are most active on your page and seeing your post. And I look at that every couple weeks because, somebody they might be a 3-day weekend, right? So they're on their phones more on a Monday than they normally would. So every couple weeks I go in and I check it, and I'll change my scheduled posting times based upon when people are seeing interactive. If I see that nobody is on my VIP page after 7 o'clock at night, I'm not going to be sharing posts at 8 and 9 o'clock at night because that does me no good. Nobody's seeing it. It's going to get lost in the algorithm like a ghost, and it doesn't matter. If they're posting and I'm seeing them between 12 and 5, that's when I'm going to make my best, biggest post to create more interaction, to keep my algorithm going so more people continue to see it. Um, and I also make sure I'm posting something not Cincy too, especially because I have a lot of people that have joined like my VIP page because they were like interested in possibly ordering, or because I did like an interaction giveaway in a party and they joined, but maybe they haven't ordered yet. Um, if they don't know what Luna smells like versus black raspberry vanilla, and I say which one is your favorite, they're not going to comment because they don't know. They're like, oh, I don't know. I've never tried it. But if you say, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish to bring? They're going to be like, oh, I love green bean casserole. It's disgusting, but you never know, right? And then if you keep interaction like that going to where your VIP page and your Facebook algorithm is getting better, one day they're going to see something you share or a new collection that you share or a flash sale that comes up. And you're going to gain another new customer because you kept interacting in your page with the customers who weren't technically customers yet, but because you're working on building relationships, right? Um, and it creates like funny comments too. Like people will say they like random crap that they bring to Thanksgiving. And I'm like, what is that? Like, I've never even heard of that in my life. And they'll like send you the recipe. And again, it just builds a relationship and commenting and interaction, and it's a full circle. I do referrals. So it really just depends on who's doing the referring necessarily. Like I don't post and say, hey, if you refer a new customer, I'm going to give you a wax bar. I basically say, hey, like if you refer a purchasing customer, you have a goodie for you, or did you hear about my referral program, or whatever the case may be. And I do that one-on-one too. And then like say I had a couple months ago, somebody referred their neighbor to me because her Scentsy girl had stopped selling, and this girl made a $250 order with me. I'm of course going to spoil the crap out of her and my friend that referred me, because why not? First of all, you'd have never gotten the $250 order if she didn't. And that shows that you're giving good customer service to where she immediately told somebody about you. You don't want to be the girl, like I've had a couple people when I get random like PWS orders because I'm closest on their locator, where they're like, yeah, my Scentsy consultant, I don't know what happened. I haven't talked to her. And I'm like, how do you not talk? Like, how do you not do this? But it's true, like people do it all the time. But from day one, I made it a habit to not do that, that it's like just it becomes second nature to just build relationships and talk to people and thank people and follow up with people. And then everything just kind of flows after it. But you have to do the hard steps, and it's scary. Like I didn't like talking to people. This is scary. I'm like on a Zoom call behind a screen, and I don't even know how many people are on here. And I stood up at World Tour last year and talked to freaking hundreds of people, and I got more scared to do this and that. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like that's crazy. Um, but you have to do it scared, right? Like you have to be brave. You have to do it scared, because I can tell you, I hope one person gets one thing out of any of this today, and somehow, some way, it's going to turn back around and I'll gain something from it too. And I feel like that's what makes you a good person. It makes you a good leader. It makes you a good consultant, not just to your team, but to everybody else. So do scary things. And then this is my think about blank when blank releases. So anytime a new release comes out, there's like, so Star Wars, right? I know at least, at least one person that likes Star Wars. Maybe they don't like Scentsy, maybe they haven't used Scentsy, but they like Star Wars. You need to reach out to that person and be like, hey, I don't know if you know that I'm a Scentsy consultant, but we just got this cool news article today that this is releasing on Monday, and I know you love Star Wars, so I just wanted to show it to you. You don't have to be like, hey, you want to buy this? Just be like, hey, I thought about you. Look what's coming out, especially right now around Christmas. I reached out to somebody who I did a photo shoot with, and I remember during the photo shoot, she had said something about her grandson is a huge Star Wars fan. I messaged her today and I was like, look at this cute mini warmer that's coming out. I was like, I just wanted to show you because I thought about your grandson. Just something super simple. Um, and you can do that with anything. And that's how I've gotten some of my best customers because I mean, even with like it took me a long time to just buy like a counter clean from my sponsor, and I've known her for 15 years. I dated her brother in high school. So it's kind of like it's going to take something to just one little thing and then your whole business can change, right? Like I didn't think buying one thing of counter clean would bring me to tripling my income, staying at home full time and being able to work on like growing a family and affording it. Like never in my life did I think that. The same way that you might not know that your next Star Wars or your Moana customer who just ordered the buddies for their daughter for Christmas or their granddaughter for Christmas or themselves for Christmas. You never know that that one person can change your whole business. Um, so be brave and think about things like that. And then I do mystery bags a lot, especially like right now. I did fall mystery bags. And when I do my mystery bags, I number them. And I've learned that when I number them, people like immediately go for them faster than if I just put them up and offer them. And I think it's because they think it's like this. I mean, it kind of is, but if more people wanted it, I'd do it anyway. But they want this like exclusive thing that they need to have so nobody else gets it, right? It doesn't work all the time. I did a spring mystery bag and not a single person claimed one. And I said, okay, like this is weird. And I tried it again and not a single person claimed one. And I was like, okay, like I make a lot of mystery bags and people love my mystery bags. So what is going on? Um, and then like for Christmas, I think I have it scheduled on my page. It's like the 17th or the 18th. I think I have it posted that I have $25 Christmas Santa bags. And I'm literally gonna do the sense of the season because they're $25. So it's literally exactly what they're paying. It's in a Santa bag, so I think it's the cutest thing ever. And then from product credits or things I have on hand, I'm gonna throw in like an extra wax bar or depending on what, like if it's a good customer that's consistent with me, I'll throw in an extra wax bar. If it's a newer customer, I'll do like a scent circle and a couple samples using what you have. People like mystery bags because 9 times out of 10, somehow I make them worth more than the $25. Do not advertise that publicly. You cannot. You will get in big, big trouble. But when you consistently have these conversations with your customers and let them know, they kind of like get the hint, right? Like everybody knows when they place an order from me, they're going to get Happy Mail. Everybody knows when they shop flash sales, they're going to get super good Happy Mail. Everybody knows that when they do mystery bags, their mystery bags going to be more than $25. But you have to consistently do things like that. Even if only one person gets your mystery bag, do it anyway. Maybe the next time 5 people are going to get your mystery bag. You never know. It's just something to pivot to, right? Like, cause when that was one of my trainings, pivoting. When something doesn't go right, pivot. And we hear it all the time, like stay consistent, stay consistent, stay consistent. But like I've learned with my newer consultants that have joined recently, being consistent does not mean doing the same exact thing. It means having the same goal and doing the same task. For instance, asking people to party, posting on your VIP page, having join conversations, but pivoting is how you do it. So don't just randomly message somebody and say, hey, we have a join special, it's $40. Do you want to join? Message the person in your club who has a $200 club. Think about the person you saw on Facebook who's struggling for extra money or is just a stay-at-home mom and wants something to do out of just being a mom and wants a community. Message that person and explain to them the community that you found in Cincy, not just the money aspect of it. Pivot anywhere you can with consistency. Which takes me to like party and asking. Parties are huge. Huge, 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 huge. I know like people talk about it all the time, and half the newer consultants are like, oh my God, I'm so sick of hearing about freaking parties. Everybody is saying no, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's what I said too, but I did it anyway, and I would not be where I am now without parties because the same 15 customers that you got really excited about when you first started joining, right? And they said, "Oh, I'm your best friend. I'm going to buy it. And your mom's going to buy it. And your sister's going to buy it. And your neighbor's going to buy it." They can't be the same people that buy from you every single month. One, they're going to have so much sense they're not going to know what to do with it. They're going to go broke and they're going to be over it. They're going to be like, no, like I'm done. This is exhausting. And you're not going to get anywhere in your business with it. If you want to grow, if you want to promote, if you want to do fun things like retreats and leadership events and win incentive trips, you have to party to grow your customer base. Growing your customer base brings you new people to talk to, brings you new people to build relationships with, new customers, new clubbers, new teamies, new leaders under you once you grow them. And that's just not even saying like an immediate party, right? So I do a training for my team and I tell them all the time, party for the later, not just for the now. When I book a party, of course, I want to have PRV, right? Like everybody wants PRV. That's the goal is sales, right? However, I want to book a party. I want to engage in the party with different people. I want to message the people and thank them for being a part of it. Try to get them in my VIP page or at least some sort of communication or conversation with them because they might not order during the party. Maybe they don't have money for the party. Maybe they hate fall and Christmas scents. And then spring is going to come around and they might place a $300 order with me. Like you just never know. You never know. Um, so always, 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 always make sure that you're asking people to party. Um, I do in my follow-ups, and a lot of people will say, like, I'll ask them, I'm like, no, no thanks, I'm good. Like, okay, well, let me just open a rewards link for you. That way you can use your own link to shop because you're shopping so much, you at least need to get the free and half off items. And then like, okay, that sounds good. I'm like, okay. So when those rewards links hit, right, I'll message them and I'll be like, hey, you're $40 away from your next reward. Think about maybe if you have a friend or a family member who might want a Christmas gift right now. I said, and wants to place an order under your link. I said, that'll put you over your rewards. They're like, hmm. I'm like, hmm. And then I'm building this conversation with them. And then I have turned it into a party. And now their almost $200 party is a $500 party, all because you just took no for the first answer. You pivoted and were like, okay, I'll just give you this link so you can benefit. And then it came back tenfold on you again. I'm always asking in some sort of form to where it benefits them and not me. I never want to sound selfish. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm like 5,000 points away from getting my husband on this cruise ship with me. Can you please do 7,000 parties for me and do $700 in orders because I really want to go. Nobody is going to do that. Nobody. Absolutely not. Maybe like your best friend will be like, you're annoying. Okay, I'll do another party. But like no customer because what are they getting out of it? You're telling them like, oh, you're making money off of me and you're gonna go to this cool cruise in Greece with your husband, but like I'm just spending my money on you. You need to make them feel valued and appreciated and that they're benefiting from it. Um, and then you're gonna have the times where I did this last month. I have never, ever, ever had problems booking parties except last month. And I was struggling and I beat myself up so much for it. But I kept asking and asking and asking and asking and asking. And it wasn't until the last month of October that I had 7 parties that week because just randomly people just started saying yes or messaged me back 3 weeks later after they ghosted me. So just keep asking because you're not going to get a yes until you get 50 no's. And then like you've heard trainings where like Katie and Ray have told you all the time, like they'll be like blah blah blah, and then they'll put the phone down. They don't want to be ignored or they don't want to get the no or vice versa. Um, and then see, I got my list. My list. It's a jumbled list, but it's a list. Okay, and then brand yourself and open your mouth. So if you go out to a grocery store, right? I always make sure I have something Scentsy with me, whether it's like a Scentsy sticker on my water cup or I have a little Scentsy QR code on my keychain. Or maybe you're wearing a Scentsy hoodie or a bracelet or I don't know, earrings, anything. Make sure you just let people know, right? I have a decal in my car and never gotten a single order from it. So You might, but I don't, so I'm not going to tell you to do that, but you can if you want. And then open your mouth. You have to open your mouth. You're not going to get anywhere if you keep your mouth closed and you don't say anything to anybody. It's not going to happen. It's scary. It is so scary, still scary, but it happens. Like I did a vendor show. I do vendor shows all the time. But the first couple times you're at a vendor show and like somebody comes up to your table and these people were old. It was at a retirement home and I love old people and they were so nice. But I was still afraid to be like, good morning. Like, good morning, hey. And then they would be looking at something and I'd be like, that's a mini warmer. And then the first couple times I was like, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, stop. And then I started talking, and then they're like, oh, I'm not going to be able to turn that off or remember to turn it off. And then boom, here you go, 3 pack of fragrance flowers out the door, right? You never know. And 9 times out of 10, when you go talk to people at like the grocery store or these vendor shows, if they say no to you, you're probably not going to see them again. So it doesn't even matter. Just let them say no and let them leave, and that's fine. And then move on to the next one. The same things with their customers. Not that you're never going to see them again, but if they say no, that's fine. Move on, change the subject. Oh, thanks anyway, or no problem, or I understand, or whatever the reasoning is behind what you're asking. And then keep moving forward, pivot, because the no now is not going to be the same no later. You just literally never know. Um, so that's like my top 10 like overall tips, and give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. I have this triple starred, and I'm gonna like say this with like all the super love in my heart, but it has been like so, so, so heavy on me lately. Stop making excuses. I hate excuses. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I love my team. They're all on here and they're like rolling their eyes. I know they are, but I hate them. We all have lives. We are all busy, but do not go on Facebook or go to your leader or your sponsor or your whoever or complain to your husband or your best friend, whoever, that you're not getting your PRV that you wanted, you're not promoting, you don't have new team members, when you haven't posted on your VIP page in a week, you don't have a single party booked, you're not talking to anybody, you're not showing up for trainings, you're not doing any group challenges, you're not attending coaching calls, you're not going to get anywhere with it. I mean, I care, but like, I don't care that you have 2 kids. Everybody has kids. Well, most of us, right? They all have kids, or they have husbands or lives or moms or dads or cousins or work or bills or medical appointments or whatever the case may be. But if you like decided that this is what you want to do, that you want a business out of this, you want to make money with Cincy, you want to grow with Cincy, you want to be a leader.
Outside the door.
Oh, thanks. Excuses. You see the dog's whining. She had to come in. Hey, Alice. Hey. Okay. He distracted me. Okay, yeah. So if you want all these things, stop making the excuses and work for it. You have to put in the work. What you get in, you're going to get out. And I'm not saying you might work your butt off for a month and you might not be where you want to be at the end of the month. But what you do now is going to circle back around next month, 3 months, 6 months. It's literally going to prepare you. If you're not working your business this fall and winter with all the seasonal stuff and harvest stuff and holiday stuff, you might as well hang spring up, because this is the best time to get new customers, to build new relationships, to gain new teamies. Literally the best time. So yeah, stop with the excuses. If you want it, work for it. Okay, I'm done being mean now. My top 3 leadership tips. Okay. I am very, 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 very big on motivating my team. But I have learned, it took me a long time to learn this, like probably up until like 3 or 4 months ago to learn this. You can motivate them all you want to, right? And like give extra motivation. But if they themselves can't motivate themselves to even an ounce of it, it's not going to happen. You can't make them want it. They have to want it. You can give them 100 things. You can tell them you're going to give them Starbucks gift cards and Amazon gift cards and a Scentsy frickin' swag pack for the top seller, whatever the case may be. You'll do a relaunch party for them. I've tried so many different back in the day, tried so many different things. For instance, I relaunched this girl's party or the relaunched this girl's business 4 times for her. Stupid, Ashley. You are stupid. Did she post anything? No. Did she comment anything? Nope. She's not a consultant anymore. But I saw potential in her and I wanted it for her. But you can't want it for them. They have to want it. So motivate them. You can encourage them. You can say, hey, I'm so freaking proud of you. You're killing it this month. You're so close to certified. I know you can do it. Try this, try this. Have you tried that? Do you want to do a coaching call next month? But you can't do more than that, right? Don't force them. I do a lot of fun competitions. I've learned not everybody's team likes that, but my team, they're very brutal when it comes to competitions and they take it very seriously. So I have learned that doing little competitions is crazy and you could do something over a month or over 3 months. Right now I have a 3-month competition going on with my team over a Christmas gift. Kind of crazy, but they work for it because they want it and they like the winning aspect, right? And they want like the top prize. So do it, like do it for them. Know them. So know your team, recognize where they are in their business. If they don't want to grow a team, they don't have to grow a team. Just because you might want to be a director or a star director or a superstar director, that's good, but they don't have to do that. If they're okay, excuse me, with sitting at certified or just having them and their best friend on the same team, that's okay. It is okay because they can tell you the same people that joined me my first year, with the exception of a few people, are not the same people I have on my team crushing it right now. Half of that it might be because I didn't know back then what type of leader I wanted to be or the good leadership aspects that I should be doing, and I probably pushed a couple of them too hard. Do I beat myself up for it? Kinda, but I just know going forward, I can't make them want it. They have to want it, and I go with what they want. And then build their relationships with them. So you shouldn't reach out to your team only when you're like, come on, Becca, you're only at 50 PRV this month. What are you doing? She's way over 50, but I'm just saying, for example, don't be hard on them. Maybe she's going through a lot of stuff. Maybe Sarah, Sam, and Jacob, like maybe somebody in their family just passed away or something. You should know that. You should know that about your team and you should give them grace. You should reach out to them. You should love on them. Let them know you're praying for them. Send them a freaking flower, a thank you card, a greeting card, or birthday card, whatever the case they're doing is. And just recognize it. Like, for instance, my wedding was the end of September, and I felt so bad for not like being a part of my group chat every day that I tried to check in. Even when I told them I was not going to be available from Thursday to Sunday, they were going to kick me out of the group chat. They told me they were kicking me out. And I'm like, what? And they're like, no, your family is important. Your wedding is important. Cindy's still going to be here when you get back. The same thing for your team. And when you're recognizing that and you're building the relationship with them like that, they're going to do the same for you. Because I can tell you, 2 or 3 people on my team are some of my best friends that I've probably ever had in my life. Because they're the people that reach out to me when stuff is going on before my family even does, because they just know. And that's how you should be with your team too. So build relationships and know them. And as far as sponsoring goes, just ask. You literally just have to ask. I can't tell you how many times I get told no, or not right now, not for me, whatever the case may be. Okay, cool, no problem. And then months later, they'll like pull out a join special, and here comes Susan over here making her another $300 order. And I'm like, you do realize you could have joined for $40, gotten that same freaking mini warmer that you just bought, and a whole business, and you could have made all your money off of it. No, it's fine. I'll just buy from you. Okay. One of the newer girls on my team, I messaged her the other day and or not the other day, last month and a half ago. And I said, okay, I was like, this is like the last order I'm placing for you until you either like get a club or join because you're being ridiculous. Like I had to start posting like she won this for me for like her husband and stuff. And like it was bad. And she's like, you know what? Let's just do a party. I'm like, okay, let's just do a party. So I finally convinced her to do a party. Her party was incredible. And I said, I said, you have a host kit you can use, as you can use your credits for it. And she's like, well, tell me more about this. So I told her she didn't even use the credit. She bought the full big kit, the $99 kit, and joined, and still used her credits to get free and half off stuff to help with her Cincy business kicking off. And she is this close to hitting sensational start level 2. I'm like, coming from the girl who was like, not for me, not for me, not for me. So you have to keep asking, right? Don't just be like, oh, you said no, I'm never going to ask you again, not going to talk to you again. You don't want to party with me, moving on. Like you can't do that because things change. People's circumstances change. Turns out I had another consultant to join this month who I had talked to her a few months back about joining, and turns out she had a lot of family things going on and she just wasn't in a place to take in something new in her life. But because I just continued to build a relationship with her, I took no as that answer for now. And then later we talked about it again. She joined. They always say like they join the person, not the company, right? I would never have joined Scentsy probably if it wasn't for my sponsor because I knew her, I trusted her. And she's 100% her completely. Um, I would have never just joined a random company. Like, I mean, I know some people do, and that's cool, but it's you that they're trusting that this is going to work. They're trusting that you're going to show them how it works. Um, so just ask. I have another note, but I just have to read what it says because it's like sideways. Oh yeah, okay. So show up, give grace, be authentic, and remember that you're only one person, especially with leaders that have a big team, right? I have 56 people on my team now, and I wish, and I still try to some days, communicate with all of them. It's impossible. Literally impossible. Like I would go crazy now if I haven't attempted to do that. You were only one person, so give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. I don't know if you guys saw right before the live went on, and it was kind of crazy because it was like a very similar quote to what I had earlier, but Stacey Edwards posted something and it said, keep going because you deserve to see what happens when all of your hard work pays off. And that is so, 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 so true. Like I fully stand on that. Last year, my husband deployed in October. It was god awful. I like drove myself straight into my Scentsy business and I was like, oh, by the time you're done with deployment, like I might be a director or something. Like that was my goal, right? I had director 2 weeks after he left. Um, and then like it was good, everything was great. And then December, my grandpa died. And I beat myself up so much because I didn't want to show up for my team. I wasn't booking parties. I wasn't showing up on my Facebook. But because I had worked so hard leading up to it, I still had PWS orders coming in. I had customers and my teammates checking on me. Some of my teammates even posted on my page for me. They reminded me to give myself grace. I gave myself grace. I picked myself back up. Here we go again. Still going through deployment, going through all the things, all the ships getting bombed, no ports, communication scrappy. I'm a full-time worker as well during all of this. I have my stepdaughter, so I'm doing the co-parenting thing with his ex-wife, like very, very, very not nice things, along with like all my family stuff. I could have quit at any time. I could have literally been like, I'm done. Like, this is too much. This is too much. I can't do it. But you have to remember your why. You literally have to remember your why. Why are you doing it? Are you doing it because you want to stay home with your kids? Are you doing it because you want a purpose outside of being a wife or outside of being a mom or a daughter or just a worker inside behind a computer? Um, are you doing it because we're getting older now, right? Like, I don't have as many friends as I did in high school. I can't just like walk up to a girl on the street and be like, "Hey girl, you want to be my best friend? You want to go to Chick-fil-A tomorrow?" Like, it's not gonna work. They're gonna like run from me and probably call the cops for harassment. Um, but I can tell you that the financial aspect has been amazing, and I am very happy and blessed to be able to do what I do now. But the community behind it, it's so important. And when you have that, they help you remember your why. I totally feel like becoming a leader, my why changed a little. Like, my why, personal why, um, is to make more money and be able to do what I want to do, to afford fertility treatment, and then to be able to stay home and not leave when the blessings come, right? Like, that's something that I am strong, firm believer on, and I worked my ass off, sorry, my butt off Zoom, to be able to make it happen. But the bigger why now is watching my team hit their whys, right? Like, when you grow a team and you see their lives changing because of things that you have implemented, because you asked them to join, you asked them to party, you asked them to buy another freaking bar of Luna, and then seeing that they can cover more than their husband's disability checks, or they can cover all of Christmas, or they can quit their jobs or retire, or they can take their boyfriend and 5 kids on a vacation for 4 days and pay for all of it without worrying about missing days at work because of Cincy. It is the best feeling in the entire world, and I promise you, it like makes everything worth it. Everything. So I'm done because I'm not going to get emotional today. But I do have 2 challenges. I challenge everybody to book 2 parties before the December cutoff. I was going to talk about a little bit about it, but Ray covered it, so I don't need to. The middle of December is like where big sales and stuff stop because people go Christmas broke, and what they're getting last minute for Christmas between Christmas cutoff and Christmas Eve is like stocking stuffers and candy and the crap at Target and Walmart. It is not wax bars and pods and scent circles and fragrance flowers. They are not thinking twice about ordering from your Scentsy website, I promise. So book 2 parties and have them done before the deadline. So either the end of November or the first week of December. And then do something brave. I challenge you to do something brave. Either go out and try to find a vendor show to do like a holiday market somewhere, or go to your local nail spa or hair salon and ask them if you can put a fragrance flower on their desk and leave a business card. Or if you're somebody who's never gone live or shared on your personal Facebook page, if it's as simple as going live on your personal page, first of all, add me. I will come watch your live with you so you are not alone. Just do it. Be brave and do it because I promise it's going to pay off. And then my challenge for a leader, if you're a leader, get to know your team. I want you to get to know your team. Message them tomorrow. Ask them what their favorite candy is. Ask them how their mom is, how their kids are, how their husband is, how they're doing, if they're going anywhere for Thanksgiving. Something that's not Scentsy. Don't ask their business goals. Don't ask what their goal to get a higher PRV is. Don't ask what their sponsoring goal is this month. Literally get to know them. You don't have to, oh, that was wrong. Please hold. You have to swim, don't float. I don't know where I heard that, but I heard it somewhere. You have to swim, don't float. The end. I'm done. Bye. Done.
My God, you did so good. I literally have a whole page of notes. So thank you.
Wow.
And I think just the 3 things that you just challenged us to do, I'm gonna do something brave because I feel like I haven't stepped out of my comfort zone in a very long time. And so I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm gonna do it and then I'll share it with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Ashley before we close out?
Don't judge my Scentsy room. It looks like a mess. I had a vendor show yesterday, so stuff is all over the place. Just don't.
No one is judging, girl. No one is judging. You should see mine. You just can't see it. You can't see
I
the
know. I've been
here.
trying. I tried so hard to turn my computer and it just wasn't working. I was like, well, okay.
It's good. It's busy season. Okay, guys. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for being on. Seriously, like I know that you've changed or you've impacted so many people that were on tonight. And I am gonna upload this recording too. So give me, it takes literally forever with my internet because I live in the boonies for it to upload. So give me a few days and I will get it uploaded for you guys so you can share it with whoever you want, okay?
Okie dokie.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Okay, bye.
Bye.